I'm back here with Whiskey. He's all bath and blow dried and all combed out. He lost quite a bit of fur. Actually, it was quite surprising. And every time he comes in, even though he's here like every 5 weeks, he still loses a ton of coat. So he doesn't have your typical golden retriever coat. He is older too, but he's never really had that golden retriever coat. It's very thin, but he still has a ton that comes out. I don't understand why, but he's just one of those dogs that shed a lot. So that's why they come in so often. So I'm just going to be trimming up his feet. So I'm going to use my brush and brush it up. Like I said, he doesn't have your typical golden retriever coat, so I'm just taking off the ends here. He might have pointy feet after this because, like I said, he doesn't have that nice round golden retriever fur. His is very wavy and fine, wispy. So I already did his pads. He has quite ticklish feet, so I did them with a 15. And I'm just trimming up some of these underneath his nail. He can't get his nails any shorter because they'll bleed, and we don't want to do that. So just combing up the hair and trimming off all these fuzzies. He's a good boy. And I use my comb and my brush for this. Like I said, he's got all these wispies. Just tidying it up, making it look clean. Now with the front leg, I like to go up from the back of the pad and go all the way up. I normally do this with his foot down, but he doesn't have a lot. We're not taking a lot off because he's here. Like I said, he's here so often. There's just not really a lot to come off. There's a little bit of fuzzies here. And I try to curve it so that it goes into his foot. A nice rounded shape. And with his fur, I have to go up and down because it's calicky. It's really important to talk to your dog all the time. Let them know how well they're doing. They like the attention, it makes them feel safe and comfortable. And I'm just going to get this butt. And I've already done this side, but you can see I'm so I always try to go from the other side to each shoulder. And just clean up whatever I can't see on that side. And then I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit. Wispies, but we're just going to do like a straight line across. We have to watch out for his little privates. And sometimes it's about the angle of your scissors too. I pretty much use curves. I don't ever use straights anymore. So used to the curved scissors. We didn't use a lot of curved scissors when I was learning. We didn't have clip-ons or guard combs, and we had bulky clippers. We had the old Oster clippers back in the day. We've been doing this for quite some time, so I'm pretty happy with all the equipment that's come out to help us improve and make things easier on us. So I'm just going to clean up this other foot. It's got a couple wispies here. I might take my chunkers and go through this just to clean it up after. So I'm just going to hold his foot up, tidy up his hair, in front of his nails. He's pretty heavy and doesn't like to hold his foot up, so some of it will have to be done on the table. always like to brush the hair underneath and get rid of any loose hairs on his pads, so then you don't have that hair sticking out. Just tighten up around his knee area and around here. And so I'm going to clean up his hock here. I don't like to go tight on this hock. I just like to go up above his pad. But I like to just keep it tidy. I'm not going flush. There's still quite a bit of hair here. You don't want to go too close. You don't want him to have skinny feet. I'm just gonna fluff this up a bit and just tidy some of the ends off over here. Like I said, he's not getting a ton of hair taken off as it comes so often. Just those wispies. Tail. Good boy, Gusky. Just being really gentle. The tail is pretty sensitive. Just gonna tidy up some of the ends on his tail. Like I said, we're just taking the tips off. And then I didn't get this side. We're gonna get that. I usually just go down with my scissors. It's a lot easier than trying to go up because I feel like we cut too much hair off if we do that. Just give it a little shape. He is neutered. I usually make sure that all my dogs are neutered before they're allowed to come. I mean, obviously puppies, they can come if they're not neutered, but I usually like to make sure that my dogs are neutered by a year old. I don't like dogs peeing all over my shop, and it also can cause confrontations if you have other dogs here, other male dogs. And it's usually not the fault of the non-neutered. It's usually the other dogs because they don't have their masculinity anymore, so they feel threatened, and it just does cause issues. So I try to make sure all my dogs are fixed. And then same with working out female dogs. I try to make sure they're fixed too, because I don't want to be working on a dog that's you know, got her period. Nobody wants that. So I always want to make sure my dogs are fixed. I'm just taking my chunkers and I'm just going to tidy up some of these wispies. Along the side, just to kind of give them some shape, turn them out a little bit. That looks a little bit better. I don't know if you can tell in the video or not, but 5 years here, and then I don't know how many years at the other shop that I got. And if you don't know, I had another shop. It was pretty awesome. It was a dog daycare. Unfortunately, due to COVID, I had to shut down. But I had another shop, and it was a commercial area, and we took on some dogs for daycare and grooming and training, all the things. So I'm just gonna tidy up his ears. Good boy, Misty. Get some of the fuzzies out. And then it's pretty close to Canada Day, so I think we're going to put our Canada Day bandana on him today. I always like to decorate my dogs for the season or holiday that's coming up. Make sure the clothes, cottonmouths, I like to put cottonmouths in his ears. He gets blow dried so that he has some ear protection. And nobody likes the wind in their ears either. Blow dried others. But they only like it when they're in the car and the windows down and then don't mind that. So funny, hey? Only if it's on their terms. Oh boy. So I'd say that's pretty good. Just off a little bit more biscuits right here. I just like to round the ear. His hair. Good boy. Grab the bandana. Nice Canada Day bandana. This is actually pretty big. I'm gonna be able to grab this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're gonna cut this one because it's way too big. You're not that big. I usually just use my pinking shears. I'm just gonna cut it right down the middle. Good boy. You're all done. I know we still have a week. Just a little bit over a week till Canada Day, but we have enough of these to give away, and then we can enjoy. And now we are done. And we can take his after picture.